Beleza, então treino de atleta na área para você que vive pedindo treino de atleta. Hoje eu vou trazer um treino inteiro do Cbum, Leg Day. Então na tela, a workout with Alex Hormozi. Para quem não conhece, ele é um empreendedor, escritor, cara gigante, tem uma academia. E é isso, vamos lá, é 1, é 2, é 3, vem comigo.
I was talking to a world champion, and I texted him out of the blue because I woke up thinking about him. And I was like, hey man, I just want you to know, I think you should just win this next championship and cut it. Leave on top. Leave with people being like, man, he could take it again the next year if he wanted to, but he chose not to because he's above the game. And he responded by saying, well, what about the lessons you learned from losing? And that answer pissed me off so much because losing only teaches one lesson, which is to avoid it.
Junho 25, Leg Day with Alex Hormozi. Então ele já abriu falando o que acontece com as pessoas que perdem, qual que é a informação, qual que é o ensinamento que a derrota nos traz. Atleta na área aí, Cbum na área, treino de leg day. Então, treino de leg day do nosso querido Cbum. Presta atenção que o cara tem muito para nos ensinar, hein?
What is up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube? Sempre ele começa assim, né? O que está acontecendo, YouTube?
We are here in Las Vegas for a GNC convention.
O que está acontecendo? Se inscreva.
There was like months we've been in GNC. First year I've been in GNC, so we're like here at this little expo convention with corporate franchises, pitching everything we're going to do for the next year, doing some presentations to franchise owner, corporate owners, all these people. So just having some fun, but trying to train some legs. So this is my first full leg day since I kind of hurt my hamstring, and I'm going to Mr. Alex Hormozi's gym. I was there last time I was here. Nice private little gym. He's been helping me with some stuff with Raw and business and stuff. We chat every now and then. So I asked him if he wanted to get in the leg workout. He said, "Fuck it, let's do it." So we're a bunch of old broken men and need a lot of warm up. I'm not going to kill myself because I'm coming off a mild injury. So we're going to do the best I can and have a good workout.
Isso aí, vamos embora. Chegamos na academia então do Alex.
Hey, dude. Daniel.
Hi there.
Hey.
Okay.
What's up?
Maybe it okay with that.
E aí está o homem grande, hein?
Yeah, because we couldn't shame you.
You can what?
I couldn't bring you to the front door. You're like the help.
Oh,
Yeah,
the hell.
yeah. Yeah, my keys. All right, cool. Let us rock. All right. Hey, Eddie. What's up?
Are we doing an event this week or today?
Yeah. There's one going on right now.
Are you leading it?
Beleza,
Or?
tá fazendo um evento.
Yeah, I'll do a Q&A.
Vai lendo aí, né? Deixa de ser
At
preguiçoso.
like 2 o'clock. That's when I told you I had something.
Yeah.
Too. So I have the Q&A. So we're doing legs.
That's the plan.
Okay. Well, I have a little bit of legs here. We've got the belt squat. We've got this belt squat, which is air, which is pretty cool. Leg press, quad, ham, and then the rest of my leg steps in the other room.
Do you have an elaborate warm up, or are they just walking slowly on the treadmill before you go in?
Oh, I never actually walk on the treadmill. I do. I usually do that hip flexor machine that Layla's on, and then we've got an adductor machine. So I usually do like 2 or 3 sets of that, 2 or 3 sets of the adductor, and then I do sled drags. And then if I do that, that's like I just feel good enough to not hate everyone.
Yeah.
Perfeito, então aqui a gente já começa separando os meninos dos homens para você, poeta aí da educação física, poeta da maromba, poeta do treino. Pergunta foi, mas e aí, vai alongar? O que você alonga? Ele não tem alongamento. Primeiro a gente vai começar aqui com uma mesa flexora para dar uma soltada. Não tem, às vezes eu também gosto de fazer um adutor ou um abdutor e vida que segue.
But yeah, I've got a sled right here. So
Não vou nem falar
I
muito
usually
no
just- I
vídeo, hein,
just do
porque eu já
backward
vi
drags with that
que
thing.
tem conhecimento
Like,
na área.
a bunch of laps until my legs are bummed.
Let's do it.
You wanna do that?
Yeah.
All right, so.
Do you have a pendulum squat or anything in there? Or is
Alguns
Oh, yeah.
aparelhos
You do?
dele, olha o
You got it
tanto
all?
de
Have you not seen it?
máquina
Here,
I
que o cara
peeked
tem.
in there, but I
Yeah.
didn't tally everything that was in there.
Yeah. Oh no, I've got a sick. I mean, we can do full legs. We got that pendulum. We got the Atlantis pendulum. I've got that Cybex, which I love. This is a fucking amazing machine. If you want to try something hamstringy, like love that machine.
It looks
Dude, it feels so good. It's a good morning machine.
Yeah, I've never used it.
Awesome.
I've seen them.
I see you on this guy.
I love that thing.
Yeah, I like
Start
both
with that
those.
and then move on.
Yeah, I usually do just one big thing. It's like my just for like quads. I just like.
How much time you got? Until 2 or?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
What?
We can. I got time. I got these awesome shoes that I love. By the way.
Que isso?
They're you know Kabuki.
Yeah.
Chris Duffin.
Yeah.
He makes these things, and he sent me a pair, and I have like it's all I wear now. I have 7, like
And they're
6
actually wide enough? I have a few of those barefoot shoes, but my feet are still wider than them.
Really? These are pretty wide. I don't feel the edges personally, but I might have narrow feet. So who knows?
Ele vai puxar, fazer movimento de tração, né? Beleza, deve ser pesado isso aí, hein, bicho?
Get that nice, you know.
Very hardcore.
Yeah, this feels. Yeah, it looks great. I'll be backlit, so you can't really see anything.
This is our Rocky IV training grounds.
Yeah, that's it. Are you a knees, hips, or low back guy? Fear pain.
Pain, mostly knees.
Ser pesado isso aí.
For me, it's all hips. It's like, I've never had knee pain.
Do your hips hurt or they're tight?
Yes?
Yes.
Beleza.
This thing is deceptively heavy. Deceptively
Enganou,
heavy
né?
on wheels.
A coisa mais enganosamente pesada.
Yeah, I literally just do one there and back, and then my legs
uma
get like
só e
pumped
acabou.
already.
Proper warm up, yeah.
Yeah.
Beleza, então aqui eles fizeram um movimento para bombear sangue ali na parte de quadríceps. Movimento top.
Do you stretch anything? Like,
Not a static
any of the
stretch.
mobility stuff?
I'll do some like mobility movements.
I'll
but-
do whatever you do. I'm struggling
All right.
and like trying to.
De novo, mais um tapa aí na cara dos poetas da maromba. A pergunta foi: você alonga? Nada estático. Então, sem alongamento parado. Eu vou mais pro dinâmico. A mobilidade. Então, antes do treino, mobilidade. Atleta falando. Ok?
Figure that out right
You
now.
want to go?
Vamos
Let's
nós.
go.
Isso é uma aula que a gente tá tendo aqui, hein?
Most bro bodybuilder. One walk up and down, right up.
Beleza,
Handle the
aquecer
whole
como
workout.
fisiculturista.
Well, that's
Vai lá.
good. That's good. It is deceptively heavy though. Well, you're too.
Have you ever done hip cars? You know what that is?
What was it?
A hip car? It's a hip rotation thing. It's probably good for your hips.
Probably.
I stand here
Yeah.
and put your quad against the
Beleza,
side,
rotação de quadril.
Quad against? Okay.
and then with the other leg, you lift it up as high as you can, and then rotate out as high as far as you can.
Like
And then
that?
try and rotate your heel to touch
Oh.
it here. And as you're doing that, bring your knee back.
Oh.
Like getting the biggest range of motion, and down. Like keep it like just so straight,
Yeah.
and then back. Really slowly though.
Ah, beleza.
The thing that
Mobilidade de quadril.
no one knows
Top.
about getting big and strong is that you just get in a lot of pain to get big and strong.
Pretty much.
Daniel, who looks bigger?
Perfeito.
How's the hairline thing?
Hey,
How's the hairline thing?
you tell me.
Well, is it coming along the way you want it to?
I think so. It's a little straighter than I wanted, I think, but it's growing in.
Vai ser tipo um
A lot more
podcast,
than last
um
time.
treino?
Yeah.
Umas perguntinhas.
Yeah, I started using
Legal, vamos
Mike
embora.
Israel's app.
Oh, our P strength?
Yeah, I
Tá,
haven't
começando
used
ali
any app
com
my whole life.
agachamento.
I've always been paper and everything. So I started doing his warm-up thing, and it's been kind of nice.
Anything you want to share this?
Fazer um
Yeah,
aquecimento no
well,
pêndulo.
he just has you do like 3 sets of warm-ups, and I just never did and was just in pain.
Oh, you never even warmed up on machines?
No.
Jesus.
Galera, 3 séries de aquecimento.
I
Só
just like,
aquecimento.
I honestly was just in pain. I was just like,
Yeah.
fuck it, whatever. And by my like 4th set of heavy, I'd be like, okay, I'm done, but now I feel good.
Now I feel ready to go.
Right, exactly. But it's been, honestly, just following the fucking warm-up from the app has been like really nice. because I always was like Bulgarian method, like they didn't warm up, so I just got used to that. And people
Probably
were
shooting fucking horse tranquilizers before their workouts too.
Yeah. Oops, shit.
Beleza. Tá aquecendo, por isso não tem tanta cadência de movimento. Sem peso nenhum.
You ever do these things where you're like 90-90, I think they're called or some shit?
Yeah. I don't do any of this stuff. That's why I'm in pain.
All right, fair enough.
Mobilidade.
I'm horrible at it.
Yeah.
But you start like this, and you try to open that one as much as you can, while keeping that one down. And I try and keep my body upright as possible.
Okay.
And then just keep them as far apart. And then just rotate back and forth.
Oh.
Beleza, uma mesa flexora unilateral. Veio aqui para aquecer também.
She gonna show us both up now?
Oh, she will. She's very strong.
I believe it.
Yeah. I remember in the middle of the gym once, this is like years ago, just Layla, because Layla is loud. Layla's a screamer when it comes to lip sync. And so we're at the gym, and I just like hear like, and she only does it when she has her headphones because she can't hear, right?
Yeah.
But when she doesn't have those, she's normal. So she cranks and she can't hear anything. And so I pull up and there's like a bunch of dudes watching her, and she's pulling 315 for like 8, and she's the same size as she is now.
Yeah.
She's just like, she just gets into it.
Terrifying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, just rage, just pure rage.
Beleza.
A little bear crawls?
Aí, tá.
Like inchworms?
I don't know what those are called, yeah. Inchworms out there? Dude, I gotta get up on my mobility stuff. So you just,
Mais um
do you try and keep your heels on the
mobilidade.
ground?
I bring my leg all the way into push-up, like keep walking your hands out all the way, and then like little toe steps.
Oh.
All the way up, yeah.
Oh.
That's as far as you can go.
Interessante.
So it's a hamstring stretch?
Yeah.
Estão alongando os tendões. Beleza. Aí já começou a
What's the
colocar
heaviest
uma
you get in the
carga
off-season?
pouco maior. Tá aquecendo
Weight?
ainda, tá?
Yeah.
270, the heaviest
This
I've
is
ever
it.
done. Yeah, this.
So,
I kind of stopped trying to push food right now,
right.
and I'm gonna slowly bring it down from here.
Because you, because I mean, for you to keep winning, it's like you don't need more size, right?
I have a little room.
Do you?
Every year, like 2 pounds,
Okay.
and I can always like be leaner, and
Yeah.
it just seems like I keep putting on weight and I keep making weight, so
Yeah.
it just keeps working.
I was going to ask you what you think the biggest difference is between, I'm sure there's probably a technical answer, between classic and like bodybuilding, because like obviously like, is it just the like you just want to keep your waist as tiny as possible?
Yeah, I mean, just keeping aesthetics as best as you can. Obviously, there's a weight cap, so you can't be physically as big. But they, like in bodybuilding, if you're big enough, you get away with having a little bit of bigger waist, a little bit less conditioning, like sometimes. But in classic, it's like
You can't.
you got to be shredded, you got to have a tight waist.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be on.
Yeah, I'm glad they came up with classic because it looks, I mean, your physique is what is growing fitness
Yeah,
more than some of the,
I'm glad too.
The-
I'd have no career.
yeah, right. More than some of the, well, I think you'd have a career.
It's not a career. I'd have less trophies on my wall.
Yeah, less trophies. And that is the only reason to have a career, right?
Beleza, de novo ali na mesa flexora. Tá bom.
Do you guys ever train together?
No.
No.
We trained on our like second date. We never trained again.
That's like me and Courtney.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was like, so I think it was like our second or third date. I wanted to show her my gym because I was like, I'm a business owner.
Check
Let me
this
show
out.
you. Yeah, I was like, let me show you my gym. So we go there in off hours, have the key, looks nice. And so she starts working out and I'm like at my gym. So I just go right into like training because it's just like all I'm just so used to it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, you got to, I'm like, oh, put some more weight. Like, and she was like, stop telling me what to do. I was like, oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
because she's also, she was a trainer too.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what I mean? I was just like in client mode.
And then you fell in love.
And then we fell in love.
That's a true
Three
love story.
or 4 years later. Yep.
Beleza, aí já tem uma cadência um pouco maior, explodiu, desceu devagar, explodiu, beleza. Desceu, explodiu, desceu, beleza. O aquecimento dos caras, tá? Movimento. Boa. Movimento mais cadenciado, ó. Beleza.
You work up to what, 6?
Depends right now.
I thought I saw a
In the
video.
past.
I saw a video of 6. I was like, that's what I came in expecting.
All right, I gotta hold up. Maybe I'll do one. I'm trying to do 5-second negatives.
Oh, really?
So 5 seconds on the way down at least, and then just go. 5 seconds down, go.
How many reps?
Então 5 segundos na negativa, 5 segundos depois.
Okay.
Movimento bem cadenciado,
4 is
beleza.
about the most I do on this for working sets. So
If you're gonna work here, just do like 1.
just 1 rep?
Yeah, and then work next set.
All right.
Agora. Amplitude de movimento. Fez uma repetição,
like,
voltou.
strength in
Isso
my hamstrings more than
fortalece
any machine.
os isquiotibiais aí, ó.
So when I started doing like seated hams or whatever,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it, but I had this like missing link from like here to here. I like even like standing, I like couldn't even touch my
Really?
butt. No, like couldn't do it. And so I started doing these, and then now, and after like I did them for like every workout for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then when I went back to, I'd forgotten like what it was like to use the machines, and I was just clanging it. I was like, oh, cool.
Oh,
So-
wow, I have a hamstring.
Yeah, exactly. It fixed a lot.
That works, yeah.
Yeah.
I do the reverse hyper ones, or the blue ham raise where you just fall.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The same thing, but no way. But I can only do like 6 reps, so.
Fez ali, beleza.
Is that 1.5?
Fez uma e
Is
meia.
that 1.5 rep?
I just do shit sometimes
Just fucking
to
around.
warm up my knees.
Yeah. It's also nice training with you because I'm always the strongest person in my gym. And so it's good. No, it's great. I've always gotten way strongest when I was just with people stronger than me. Wildly underutilized.
Vai, vambora.
We have too many big boys in my gym for that to be me.
Yeah, right.
Seu, beleza.
Try and slow it down on the way down. Control that.
Tenta desacelerar no caminho, controla. Aí, ó. Perfeito. Beleza. Subiu. Perfeito. Bora. E não tem ajuda não, tá? Tenta desacelerar no caminho e vai embora. É isso, movimento cadenciado, tempo de contração muscular, beleza? Então nada de colocar muita carga, fazer curtinho e fazer rápido. É movimento devagar, concentrado, prestando atenção no que você está fazendo. Atleta falando aí, beleza?
Easy.
Easy, very easy.
Good done 5.
Vai embora. E aumentando carga.
Nice. Cool.
Bora. Respirou, desceu devagar, explode.
Nice.
Ele vai mais. E não ajuda. Vambora. Isso aí, pô.
I'm glad you have this machine. Oh, yeah. My body's so used to it right now.
Estou feliz com essa máquina.
Like when I go to a place that has a bunch of prime stuff, I'm like, oh, nice. All right, we're good to go. I don't even have to like change my, you know, what weight you're used to. And yeah. All that stuff. All right, I'm gonna try 5 with ugly form. You gonna try 5? I don't know, I mean, should I? I can do 4.5. If you feel good. I mean, I feel fine. I'll be smart about it. Right. Young Alex would have gone for more. I keep my mouth shut because if someone gets hurt, it's not my fault. Yeah. Like I didn't sign a liability waiver. True, I can sue you. This is your building. Yeah, right. All right, here we go.
Bora.
Easy. Come on.
Acquisition.com. Deve ser a academia dele. Bora.
Come on, deep breath. Use your breath. Come on.
Respirou.
Keep going. Yep.
Bora, bora, bora. Boa, garoto.
Easy. Came out the top there.
Easy.
Did you ever get into like micro loading? Like 1 pound, 2 pound jumps? That kind of thing? I actually just started, so me never, but I just started working with the guy helping me with just my training, and he's all about that. I like it a lot. Yeah. I got so many strength gains doing it. Like it seems so stupid, but like. I mean, you can't deny that it works. Right. Bodybuilders are just so bro that they hate it. Yeah. It's also one of the things where like the life you live is hard because it's very like inconsistent. You know, if you're a bodybuilder, you're sleeping, eating, everything at the same time every day, then you know you can go up 2 pounds and you'll be there. Yeah. But if you just have a shitty day, it's gone. Like you lost an hour of sleep, you're gonna lose 10 pounds on your lift, so it's fucked. It's counterintuitive that once you succeed at bodybuilding, everything that comes with the success of bodybuilding prevents you from succeeding at bodybuilding. Literally. Yeah. You're like speaking and guest posing. Yeah. Like traveling, podcasts, whatever. And not wanting to wait till you're retired to start a business and all this shit. Well, I don't think you should. No. Like starting a business when you retire is like no one cares anymore. Yeah. You're a has-been. Like you just have to be lucky and smart enough to find the right people. Yeah. Because obviously I'm not fucking running an entire business, but they have to know you trust. You're the promotional arm. You're the promotional arm. Yeah. How big's Team Bumstead versus Team Raw, or is it the same?
Team Bumstead versus Team Raw.
This guy. This guy.
Então o negócio aí, vamos.
And then I have like, there's a few people who overlap, but I don't really have my team at all. We have 13. For just you? Just me. No. We have 13 for me and Layla.
Papinho ali
this year I'm going to have
durante o
people
treino,
do
entre
some
um
other
exercício
social
e
platforms
outro.
from me, so you're just Instagram? Right now I run all my own social media. You don't do YouTube, you put uploads there, but I do everything else. Therefore I don't do anything. Right. I post like once or twice a week on Instagram and that's it. It's like, Nice.
Bora. Mais. Desceu devagar, amplitude total de movimento, perfeito. Beleza.
Have you ever trained with Milos? No. Yeah, his training philosophy is the opposite of microloading. Of who? Of Mike? Of microloading, just like... Oh, microload, yeah. He just like, doesn't even care what's on the bar. Like he just says find pain. Yeah. And then when you go there, he said stay there as long as you can. Like that's all. He just find pain. Yeah, those giant sets. Yeah. Like a superset was 5 things. Yeah, I mean, I did that for a little bit, and I actually did grow, and I got in really good shape. Because conditioning-wise, it's just like it's built-in conditioning. Yeah. How many more are you doing here? One more. One more. I'll do one more. You know Greg Knuckles? Who? Greg Knuckles. No. He was my roommate. He wrote, he had Stronger by Science, which is, anyways, very strong. Yeah. Natural.
like 850 squat, all natural. I lived with him. Like 800 pull and benched like 6.
Yeah.
Natural.
Disgusting.
Yeah, just crazy. And so, anyways, I remember seeing him do like 600 for 10 or something on squats, and that was it. And then he was on the floor for like 45 minutes. Yeah. And he was giving me like the physics calculation of like, if you move 600 pounds 10 times this distance against gravity, he's like, I basically ran a mile in 60 seconds in terms of like the amount of work done.
Energy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it would be a 150-pound person running a mile in 60 seconds. He's like, that's how much like heart work I did or whatever. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
That's fair.
Yeah. He's like, so I will take 45 minutes in a pool of sweat on the floor
to recover.
That was like, he was a very like, a lot of the big strong guys I know are like this. It's like they lift super heavy like every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that'd be it. And the cycles were super long, and it'd be like,
I mean, the young guys who come in, they do it 3 times a week are broken by the time they're 25. So
right. Just me.
Exactly.
What?
But I would say good.
Did you compete in bodybuilding, or were you just powerlifting?
I powerlifted until I was 25. I always had better aesthetic genetics than, I mean, I was an okay powerlifter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had a 1,500 pound total, I think at 181. But like, that's nothing to no one. You know what I mean? Like, you've got guys right now who are doing like 2,300 pound totals at like the same weight.
Yeah.
It's just absurd.
Come on. Bora.
There we go. Deep breath. Come on. Hitting PRs. Let's go.
Beleza. Não tem ajuda.
That
Vamos
was the
embora.
goal. Hit 6. It's good.
Beautiful.
That
was 6 though, I think.
Yeah. That was great. That was a all-time goal for me. That was great. Which then probably just shows me I'm
Na merdinha.
not training that hard.
Vai.
That's what that's the thing about having a training partner. It's so nice.
Não tá treinando tanto, né?
I train alone all the time. I love it sometimes. You get used to it.
Ter parceiro de treino é bom. Aí o Cbum, eu treino sozinho.
And then sometimes you have someone who kicks your ass, or
difícil.
you just like a little bit like, I could do that, and it just helps. And fuck.
Man, I had this tweet that went kind of viral. It's like, if you're like 16 to 25, like just get in shape.
Yeah.
Like, because once you're in shape, you can stay in shape. But like, you have the time, and you'll get different priorities later.
Yeah.
So it's like, just do it then.
You have all the time.
Yeah, I'm grateful that I was obsessed from 15. I started when I was 14 until I stopped competing when I was 25. It was right around when I started my gym. I was 23, but.
I think 23 is when I dropped. No, 22 is when I dropped out of university, and that's when I started doing it full time.
Were you like a junior or senior or something?
I was there for 4 years, but on my second year of school. So
You lived.
But I was jacked.
Yeah, but that's all that matters. Right? Which in your actual life, that is all that matters.
Exactly, and it paid off.
Yeah. Dude, what do you think you're gonna do? Lift weights for a living? You're like, actually,
Yes.
that sounds great.
Yeah, I literally would spend 4 hours in the weight room, and then like be in the cafeteria all day.
Right.
That's my life.
Right. Yeah. Well, you're what, 29?
For what, sir?
Are you 30 now?
29 now.
You're 29. Yeah. When do you turn 30?
Next February.
Aí, ó, Cbum faz 30 em fevereiro.
Because like, when do bodybuilders top out? They get too old.
So, I've been thinking about this recently. Typical open bodybuilders, it'll be like 33 to 35.
Yeah.
I think classic physique, because it's brand new, the beginner of it, I think it's going to be 30. Because like your waist starts to grow, your joint, little things just start, your body changes over time. And the open guys are just
And your chest.
so you
your
don't
chest
see
kind
it.
of comes down a little.
Yeah, when any little things start to happen, you see it way more on a body with less muscle. So, we'll see. I'm sure there'll be some freaks too.
Yeah.
Don't need to train as hard as me who are just stay there, but
Yeah. Because I heard from someone who told me that you take an extended period after each show off, and because like Kevin Levrone,
yeah.
or Levrone, he was famous, and I think it added to his like longevity.
Yeah. I was hoping, I was in my boat. In the last 7 years, I've only ever done one show a year. and it take like 4 months off-ish.
And
after.
you mean you just like get a sweat on kind of thing, or you just don't do anything?
I'll just get a sweat on, yeah.
Perfeito.
Like, would you count like skiing as a sweat on, or is like you come?
No,
still?
I'll come train a little bit.
Okay, yeah, no,
I just like don't really.
You don't track anything, you just fuck around. Like what we did when you came last time.
Exactly, literally exactly that.
Yeah.
That wasn't me in that 4-month lull.
Yeah.
Beleza, mais uma sessão de agachamento, vai embora. Bora.
Nice.
Beleza.
All right, Bulgarians.
Yeah.
So we've got I've got this thing.
You got a proper pad?
I do have a proper pad.
Beleza, então o primeiro ali foi o
Proper
agachamento,
pad for
show de
proper
bola.
champion.
Então a gente repara aí, ó, sem doideira nenhuma. Fez ali um aquecimento, beleza? Trouxe ali um carrinho com peso. Fez ali um treino de mobilidade, uma mesa flexora, aqueceu também ali no agachamento. Fez as sessões de agachamento aumentando carga, amplitude de movimento total. É lógico, se você tem problema no joelho, alguma coisa, que nem eles falaram que tem problema no joelho, com certeza o atleta convive com essa dor, porém a amplitude de movimento deles é uma coisa muito absurda. Se você tem problema no joelho, vai até onde você aguente. Então amplitude total, pessoa para pessoa, movimento sempre devagar, cadenciado, aumentando a carga, coisa linda. E vamos pro próximo.
Use a dumbbell or?
Búlgaro ali então.
I just grab a dumbbell.
Aí ó,
I don't do this much at all.
aqueceu no búlgaro, beleza,
Feel
vai
free to
embora.
correct me, I have no idea.
Sem peso,
There's no secret to it. When we get weight,
fique à vontade
you want
para
the
me
quarter
corrigir.
reps. So when you get to the bottom,
Isso
you
aí.
go quarter rep and then up.
Isso é uma
Vamos
aula que estamos tendo
get my
aqui.
balance.
So like this.
Yeah.
Feels kind of nice on this leg.
Everyone always has one hip that's a little like twisted.
Walking.
And one feels
Não.
great, and the other one's like just fighting.
Bora. 2, subiu. 2, subiu. Beleza, ó.
My left
Estratégia
hamstring is
adotada
way
por
stronger
eles.
than my right.
Já chamou ali no halter, vai embora. 2, sobe. 2, explode. Beleza, então ó. Tá vendo? 2, subiu. Tá, eles aumentam um pouco ali o tempo de contração no movimento. Uma estratégia adotada por eles aí interessante. Beleza, uma carga relativamente leve para eles. Boa. Você tem búlgaro na sua série? Ah, mas não gosto de treinar, principalmente os homens. Ah, eu não gosto de treinar tanto glúteo, não sei o que. Aí ó, búlgaro, importantíssimo. Bora. 2, subiu. 2, subiu. Tá vendo? Nada de desespero, ó. Ele já aumentou a carga. Bastante equilíbrio, consciência corporal de um atleta. Se você soltar o peso no chão desse jeito aí na sua academia, você vai ser expulso, tá?
That was more than the last set.
I think I did succeed in the last set.
E lembrando,
that my set
eles estão
was
conversando ali, tipo fazendo um bate-bola, um podcast durante o descanso. Tá passando um pouco do tempo de descanso, porém eles estão aumentando muita carga, o treino está muito intenso. Vai você, com esse chassi de grilo, colocar, sei lá, 5 quilos de cada lado no agachamento e querer descansar aí 5 minutos pra você ver. Não é assim, né?
Better than yours. I don't agree. For the
I
record.
agree.
But that's what they said.
I just heard you bitching about your hip pain, and then you line up like this, like you're perfectly straight, and I'm like, okay, my hips won't go that way.
Well, dude, I think I got to do that stuff. No, I'm gonna do that. That was really helpful. I'm not in pain right now. Which
Yeah.
I'm always in fucking pain. This is great.
Estou sempre com
Sometimes
dor.
it's the smallest fucking things.
Dude, I had back pain for 4 years when I was powerlifting.
Yeah.
I went to all these specialists, chiropractors, fucking all of it, right? And then I finally bought Dr. Stuart McGill's book on back pain or whatever.
Yeah.
In the first fucking chapter, it's like, most back pain comes from tight hips. Try this stretch first. And I just fucking stretched my hips and my pain was gone after 4 years. And I was
Was it the couch stretch? What was it?
Yeah.
Olha, ó. Ele falou aí que vive com dor nas costas, né? Foi em quiroprato, um monte de especialista, até que ele comprou um livro do doutor. E um livro falando sobre dores nas costas. E no primeiro capítulo já levou um tapa na cara aí falando que a maioria das dores nas costas pode ser por conta de tensões no quadril aí, ó. Tá vendo? Tente esse alongamento. Aí ele tentou alongamento no sofá, olha. Tá vendo? Então, muitas vezes as dores que você sente pode ser relacionada a outros grupos musculares. Tensos, enfraquecidos, falta de fortalecimento aí. Nesse caso, dores nas costas, pode ser tensões no quadril. Ó, pra você ver. Pega essa aula e quando que você iria saber disso aí. Então deixa o like já nesse vídeo aqui, de graça, 0800 trazendo informação para você. Se inscreva no nosso canal, que top essa informação aí.
More or less.
The basic, yeah.
Yeah.
Sabe?
And I just like, I was so enraged at like, probably like the $5,000 worth of shit I spent.
Yeah.
It was just a stretch.
Gastou caro, né, para arrumar as costas, era só
And I'm probably in the same position
comprar
now.
livro.
Just again.
It's actually doing it that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Perfeito.
Well, I'll do this and then the pain will go away. And then I'll stop stretching until it comes back.
Yeah. They're getting
Só lembrando, um atleta ele convive com dor, tá, galera? Geralmente a gente fala, o atleta ele não sente dor, atleta não sei o que, o atleta convive com dor. Até por ter que superar cada vez mais os limites dele. 100% de performance, então tem que conviver com essas dores do atleta. Pro atleta é normal, né, isso daí.
A couple of years, I might be able to catch up. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try
You're
it
gonna try
out.
that one?
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna just do straight reps. So I'm gonna do it. See, you're my
Beleza, dá uma
inspiration.
descansada aí, respira, vai embora.
Sorry?
You're my inspiration. They'd be like, what motivates you? And I'll
Você
just
é
be
minha
like,
inspiração aí, ó.
this guy, right here.
This asshole comes in my gym and lifts more than me.
Yeah,
That's the motivation.
it is. Yeah. That was, so when Greg was my roommate, and you see someone like still on their way in their warm up with like your lifetime PR, I was
Yeah.
like, all right, this changes how I see weight.
That was my brother-in-law and first coach
Oh, really?
who got me into bodybuilding. Just a freak. I used to spot him incline bench 5 plates for reps. And like, I would do a quarter of that.
That's the build. That's the build. That, like, well, Greg was the same thing. Greg was like, oh, I'm not the strongest person in my family. He's like, my uncle, he's like, has not lifted weights in his life. And he did 405 for 20. And he said, why would I lift weights? And he was like, fair. Like, I don't know why you lift
don't need
weights.
to, you don't need to.
Yeah.
If
He's
we
like,
lift
I'm
weights
done.
to be that strong, and he is that strong.
Right. He's like, I'm done. I finished. Yeah, he said the guy was always overweight his whole life, and one time dieted down to 280 with a 6-pack. Like, and he had a picture of him. He
Yeah.
showed me. It's like, just looked like a farm boy. You know what I mean? Like one of the just.
I just love to see
Fine.
that person like consistently work out.
Yeah,
Probably looks no different though.
Oh,
Vai embora. Aí, ó, já não tem mais aquele 1-2 embaixo, tá vendo? Ó? Aumentou carga, vai direitinho. Desceu, explode. Você vê a questão do equilíbrio dele que ele comentou com a gente, ó. Ele tenta recuperar o equilíbrio. Ó. Oi, conferiu, mas sem peso, vai embora. Beleza, excelente. Perninha falhou, né? Vai embora.
I was starting to fucking cramp my glute doing that.
yeah.
Tava começando a ter câimbras no glúteo. Bora, chamou também no leg press, então beleza, saiu do búlgaro. Vamos para o leg press. Deu uma aquecidinha no leg press, vamos embora.
So with this one, I do it and I kind of almost do like a toe press where the bottom of my heels come up because either my background's off the mat or my heels come off to get low enough. Otherwise, I feel like my range is like...
Your range sucks or
it's like
your
6
back's
inches.
fucked.
Yeah, exactly. So for my whole career, I always just rolled my back up, and I just saw a different guy being like, try taking your heels off, and I always saw that as like a cardinal sin.
Yeah.
But I mean, it works your quads. Like I haven't really had any issues.
I mean, the king of that was Tom Platz.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I was like, well,
mexe ali no...
but I can get my heels to my like my knee angle is like super extreme.
If you lift your toe off?
Yeah.
Or your heel off?
Yeah.
That's really the secret to getting big legs is the amount of knee flexion you can get.
Full range.
Yeah. Like be able to touch your calf to your hamstring.
Yeah.
If you can do that with a crazy amount of load.
Segredo para você ter uma perna grande é o tanto de flexão de joelho que você faz. Pega essa.
The legs will grow.
Yeah.
Amplitude
so like at the beginning of my career to the now of my career, I just look for like largest range of motion with the easiest thing to load that doesn't hurt with lots of load. Like,
tá vendo?
do the most
Segredo.
range of motion.
Ah, tá vendo? Ele tira o calcanhar do... Na descida, por conta das costas dele. Beleza, então aqui ó, ele foi uma técnica que ele aplicou. Ele até falou que via como um pecado capital. Só que isso aí é pra ele, tá? Ele tem ali aquele probleminha na coluna que ele falou, aquelas dores nas costas. Então na hora da descida ele tira um pouco o calcanhar da plataforma e depois empurra de novo. Não é pra você fazer isso, tá?
That's how I train it.
É um movimento em que ele adaptou para a realidade dele.
This is for the next 3 to 5.
3 to 5?
Por isso que você tem que procurar o seu personal. Então toma cuidado com isso aí.
I like Vegas a lot. More than I think I've liked any city I've lived in as an adult. It's just like, it's a non-judgmental city. There. Well, everyone pretends to be something, and they come to Vegas and they like let their real selves out.
Yeah.
And I just like being here. Like you can see an 80-year-old dude and a 20-year-old girl, and like it's just Vegas. He could be in a tuxedo, she's in a bikini.
Is that them being themselves, or is that filling something that isn't themselves?
Fair, but no one judges.
No one judges.
And that's what I like about it.
Fair enough.
No one knows either way, but no one's gonna care.
Yeah.
And so also it's not political because it's for tourism, so it has to be just neutral.
Super neutral, yeah.
So it's not political at all, which I like. It's great for traveling in and out. People come here all the time.
Yeah. Someone's always got a reason to be here.
Yeah, everybody I know comes to Vegas once a year anyways. Yeah. So I can see plenty of people. If I lived in Cincinnati, I would never see you.
Yeah.
Right? So I get to, like, I benefit from that. We have direct flights everywhere out. So, because everyone flies in and out of Vegas. 4 hours from the beach and the mountains.
Yeah.
30 minutes from the lake. We've got the best food and dining and shows in the world. It's tax-free.
Tá no meio da bagunça, né?
Dry, which I personally like. I'm a desert person.
Humidity sucks.
A person of the desert, so.
Fair enough. It's in your blood.
Yeah, it's in my blood.
Sou uma pessoa do deserto.
So yeah, and then UFC's here. It's their old building, and so.
Yeah.
Ah, esse é o prédio antigo do UFC, olha aí, ó.
Which is all.
I mean, it's a perfect setup for this.
Yeah.
It's nice you don't need like warehouse space too.
No,
You
right.
have to deal with that bullshit.
Right.
Aí, tá vendo, ó? O Cbum, ele já não tira já o calcanhar, tá vendo, ó? Ele não tem essa técnica que o Alex utiliza. Ele tá fazendo curtinho em cima, desceu, curtinho embaixo, beleza. Tem 2 tempos que a gente chama, ó, embaixo, volta, volta tudo, volta, sobe tudo, beleza. Outra técnica também que eles colocaram, amplitude de movimento total, nada de encher de peso o leg press e ajudar com o joelho, ou então fazer curtinho, né, meus marombas?
Nice.
Beleza, nice. Beleza, movimento completo, ó.
1.
Desceu, curtinho, subiu, curtinho, desceu. Beleza, olha aonde tá indo ali, ó. Amplitude de movimento dele. Ah, Alex, mas não é errado essa amplitude de movimento. Vai falar pro cara o tamanho do cara. Amplitude do cara. que não pode você fazer curtaço. Tipo isso aí, ó. Só o primeiro movimento dele. Beleza. Ficou louco aí, hein? O bicho tá pegando. Tá começando a bombear sangue na perna aí, né, Alex?
I don't know if it's coming back up.
Vambora, vambora.
Well, that was a failure set. Oh, man.
Opa! Vai cair aí, bicho. É, o treinão tá falhando a perna, né? Agora. O tamanho da perna do homem tá grande já. Beleza, bora. A consciência corporal dele é muito top, cara. Atleta, né?
Well, yeah, it's interesting because now you have this balance of like, I want to push, but like the risk reward of pushing goes down a lot.
Literally.
Because like you really just want to maintain on as little effort as possible, or little risk as possible.
It's hard, especially because a few years ago or something. I mean, it's a logistical difference. They added weight cap to everybody in my category except me. I got like 2 pounds and everyone else got 6 to 8.
Why?
Just because it was unfair. People were complaining that people at the height of 6'1" had an unfair advantage.
Like statistically or something?
No, people were just complaining.
Okay.
I was the only one in that category.
Okay.
So that happened, and then now everyone got better, so I actually have to improve and like fine tune it. But I'm also like the most old broken guy in the category, so I also have to be the safest.
Yeah.
Eu sou o cara mais velho e quebrado da categoria. Tá vendo?
What is interesting from like an investor perspective, that's like risk-adjusted return.
Ponto de vista de investidor, vambora.
It's the same thing, yeah.
If you're at 5th place, you should take all the risks you can, because if you fail, you lost nothing because no one cares.
Literally.
If you win, it makes all the difference.
Exactly.
If you're in 1st, it just,
That's where that battle comes in though.
Yeah.
Because if you're 5th place and you do take all the risks to get to 1st place, then you get to 1st place and then you change it.
Yeah.
Are you still gonna stay there?
That's why I'm pro trying to win.
Oh, you're pro what?
Trying to win.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn the lessons that losing has to teach me. I've already learned those lessons.
But there's more than one lesson to learn.
From losing?
Yeah.
So it's funny. So I think this is a good combo, but
All right, let's hear it.
I see, I see winning and losing as aversive, well, basically the reinforcing stimuli from a behavior perspective. So electric shock is universally across species an aversive stimulus. People avoid it.
Yeah.
All rats to snakes to humans. Electric shock, people avoid. What rewards people, food rewards people pretty much across species, and so on, right? And so if losing, we just see it's, and this is the assumption, an aversive stimuli, then it means I want to learn what I do to avoid this thing, which you've avoided things in the past and you know what lessons you did to avoid them.
Yeah.
And so if you know what you did to avoid them, you don't need to experience the electric shock in order to relearn avoidance.
Yeah.
Aí, ó. Pega essa lição aí do Alex. Então ele trouxe aqui que quando ele traz como se fosse uma aversão a perder, aversão a ratos e cobras, aversão a choque elétrico. Ele tem aversão a perder. Então ele trouxe aqui o lado da vitória, o lado da derrota. Por quê? Quando você perde, você tem que aprender com os erros que teve aqui, que fez você perder, e você experimentou como se fosse um choque. Você teve esse experimento da derrota. Então a lição que fica é você tem que fazer de tudo para não experimentar de novo aquela derrota. Então você fica a lição. Eu tenho que fazer de tudo para não experimentar aquela coisa que eu tenho aversão. Então eu tenho aversão nas derrotas. Isso que eu aprendi. Então se eu tomei um choque, por exemplo, eu tenho que fazer tudo para eu não tomar o choque de novo, para ter que reaprender a lição. Então eu evito tomar um choque porque eu já sei como que é o choque, entendeu? Então essa é a analogia que ele fez ali. Interessante, é um outro ponto de vista, cara. Legal. Para quem não conhece o Alex Hormozi, ele é empreendedor, investidor, escritor, tem vários livros. Legal.
That was my 2 cents.
Esses foram os meus 2
like
livros.
if you're running away from fear, it worked for a while, but then you burn the fuck out. You know,
Aula,
Again,
man.
being a leader, leading from fear versus respect, you're going to get people to get the job done,
Yeah.
but after 3 years, they're going to be burnt the fuck out, running on edge, and then not want to do it anymore because they lost their love for it. Versus when you're able to find the same drive, and it's not just strictly about winning or losing, it's just strictly about like personal growth, being my best, win or lose, you're going to fucking figure something else and get better from it.
Yeah.
You're not having that fear of losing on the back of your mind. You're just like coming in excited to just dominate yourself and be your best.
Oh, the second part of that I agree with. I think the first part with leaders who lead from fear, I would see as a false parallel with the what lessons losing has to teach.
Yeah.
So leading with fear to me has nothing to do with I want to experience losing so I can have the lessons that losing teaches me. One is how I lead people, the other is
You're saying if you
I
want
don't
to
see
lose?
those as parallels.
What do
So
you
from
mean
an
by that?
argumentation
Líder não
standpoint,
libera
like,
pelo medo.
it would be like saying
Conteúdo, hein?
I want to learn the lessons that losing has to teach me, and then I would create. It's kind of like climbing a mountain. It's in no way like climbing a mountain. Like, it's a metaphor that doesn't translate.
Yeah.
Which, from a sales technique, because this is what I teach, is a great way to persuade. It's just not. It's because we learn through analogies.
Yeah.
But analogies are false. Right? Fundamentally, like we make them to seem as though.
Aprendemos por meio de
they-
truth is only
analogia,
so far as what
mas
you're
as
saying.
analogias
Exactly.
são
Expand on
falsas.
it.
As soon
It's
as you
all
expand
false.
it, exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's where I just fundamentally like boiling down, just taking it at face value of what about the lessons that losing has to teach me? It's just, what about the lessons I learned from avoidance? And I'd say there's many ways to learn those lessons.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to come from losing.
For sure.
That's-
I'm
that's
not
the
saying
only-
that's why the objective
yeah.
should never be to
Falou,
lose.
vambora.
The objective is always to win.
Yeah.
But my so was just the fear that people have in attaching, like,
Oh, if I don't win, then what?
yeah, like my self-worth, my love,
Oh,
my
I'll
attachment is like win or all, you know?
Oh, that I'll always agree to. Well, also, because to what degree can you control it? Like,
What?
to what degree can you control it?
Yeah.
Because like you can't control the judges. You can't.
No.
There's nothing you can do. You can come
Exactly.
the most shredded, most whatever. It's a subjective sport.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's where I think you and I would 1000% agree, because I want to leave it all on the field,
For sure.
and only I know if I left it all on the field.
Yeah.
And so this is one I try to explain to people who are coming up, is that like once you beat everyone at a domain, you can't win by their approval because everyone approves of you because you've already beaten everyone because you've surpassed their dreams,
Yeah.
but not yours, because you know you can do more. And so that's when you become judge, jury, and executioner, because only you know if you really tried your hardest.
For sure.
And it's harder as a champion because your standards are higher.
Yeah.
And so that's that game. And then what ends up happening is if you win in your own mind, you usually dominated everyone else's, so you end up winning. But in the case that something happens, you fucking tear your quad the day before, you don't feel like you lost. You're like, I fucking left it on the field.
Yeah.
And so then that's when.
But there's still probably 10 people out there who gave their all and aren't
Sure.
going to win because they're not me, you know?
But they won, in my mind, they won to themselves.
Yes.
And that's how, like,
Yeah. Which is why I think a lot of people, like, I was challenging you because I was hoping for a little
Yeah.
elaborate. And I also know 50% people get it. And then 50% of it just come from the fact of being like driving from shame. Like if I lose, then I suck. And it's like,
and I think a lot of people start there. I did.
yeah.
But I think to your point, because what happens is when you don't think there's a probability of losing, then what? Either you fuck off and try and get yourself into the possibility of losing to then create the comeback, which is what some champions do.
Yeah.
They fall into alcohol and they come back in because they lost the meaning of it,
Yeah.
or they change what winning means to them.
Yeah.
But so
Ó,
for me, it's
papo reto. Ele disse aqui então que vários atletas têm uma mente um pouco menos treinada, vamos dizer assim, que acaba não sabendo lidar algumas vezes com a derrota, cai em álcool, se afoga em drogas, às vezes por conta de perder e ter aquela ideologia de querer subir de novo o mais alto possível, às vezes não consegue, então tem que ter uma mentalidade muito forte.
always been
Perfeito.
about. I equated winning to work, and only I know if I give it my all.
Vencer ao
Yeah.
trabalho.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's my
Então vai,
Mas-
vambora.
Fucking 2 cents
Capricha no leg aí,
7
hein?
cents.
on being a world champion bodybuilder. Yeah, I want to be a world champion in my own way.
Cincinnati State powerlifter.
I'm doing single barrel on this guy, for sure.
Bora. Bora. Desceu. Beleza. Curtinho. Tudo, curtinho, tudo. Beleza.
You spot me on this one?
Yeah.
Just for
Those look like
giggles.
double barrel to me.
Yeah, I know.
Não ia ajudar não, tá? Mas bora. Explode, explode.
I should probably call it there. I don't know if I was gonna come back.
I had it. A double pull.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, because like there's, like when we did book launch last year, or I had to like come to terms with, what if the tech fails? What if the streaming doesn't work? What if processing breaks down? Like, it was like, I will control what I can control, and what happens is what happens. And so when I did go on stage, I'd already done the presentation 100 times, out loud and recorded and watched it and done it again. And so the team that was there that does this every day was like, I've never seen anyone so relaxed before this. And I was like, this isn't my first time.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's probably the same way before you get on stage. Like, how do you so whatever? Like, this is my first time.
My first time I was shitting my pants.
Yeah. But you'd done this routine.
Yeah.
It's like, I've done this routine. I've practiced to this music. I know what I'm doing. And at least I try and do it so many times I'm bored of it. It's like when I'm bored of it is when I know I'm ready. For me, that's my telltale. Everyone's different for me. Until I'm bored, I still need, because when I'm bored of it, I have no anxiety. I'm bored of it. So I can just present, I can just picture, I do whatever I have to do.
Yeah. In your mind, if you were doing something that was a win or lose scenario, or like that, sure, like a fail or something.
Totally.
So do you think it's completely wrong to even think of like if then, like to even like approach something like approaching the world championship, like if I lose then, I'm okay if I give my all, and there's still more to learn from losing, because there is a very big humility lesson in self-actualization, understanding of fucking reality, of knowing when you give your all and you still lose at life, because that's just life sometimes.
I mean, I think there's
Olha a tranquilidade do cara. Isso foi antes do Mr. Olympia, tá? Dele ganhar sexto.
You win the moment you step on stage, and you control the things you can control.
Yeah.
And so it's the idea of like, I work hard, period, not I work hard so that. Because as soon as you work hard so that, then the so that becomes the reason.
Yeah.
But I work hard to work hard because it's what it says about me. And so that's an ideal I choose to live by.
Yeah.
I think that's the ideal. Obviously, we don't live in an ideal world. But in terms of what I, Alex, strive for, because I have a lot more than one bodybuilding championship. Meaning, I have championships every week. I have new product releases, I have new campaigns in a portfolio company. I have a new hire that we give equity to, that if they don't work out, I lose. So obviously it's not culminating to one thing. The launches is an example where it's a year of work for something. But even then, like, there were things that went wrong with the last launch. But it was like, if something that went wrong is something that I could have controlled, then that is on me. If there was a storm that was supposed to start that day, like in Vegas, and I was like, yeah, you're fucking kidding me. Like a storm. And I was just like, I have controlled what I can control.
Yeah.
And if that means that there is no electricity in all of Vegas, then there is no electricity in Vegas, and that is what it is.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know.
Now, I found a lot of people, at least like in my world specifically, because everything is all of it for one day a year, every year. It's just one day a year. It's all just one day a year.
It's like the Olympic.
It's every 4 years.
4 years for 5 seconds, right?
But they're all mentally fucked after that.
Yeah.
But so many of the people who are like win twice or 3 or 4, anything more than one, everything in their mind starts to just be, well, now I have to win. Yeah. And then that stress and pressure takes away from their ability to perform. Yeah. And then they're chasing the actual goal before the process. So they're like, fuck working hard, I just have to win. It's like, well, no, you just have to work hard.
Yeah. And then winning occurs.
Will ensue. Yeah. You don't pursue winning, it will ensue. Yeah.
It's making the inputs the goal, not the outputs. Yeah. There we go. Finally, after our whole discussion, it's if you make the inputs the goal, the outputs occur.
Yeah.
You make the outputs the goal, you change what the inputs are, that got you the output in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we agree.
We agree.
Concordamos.
I've always found it so interesting. It's something I like. Repeat champions. Like, and most of them are like. No offense, I mean Michael Jordan's everyone watches my content, but.
Ele sempre repete mesmo, é uma coisa que dá pra perceber. Ele sempre repete a palavra campeão, campeão, champion, campeão, champion. Então ele atrai muito essa questão. É campeão e acabou, não tem negociação.
He's not happy. He's a miserable motherfucker. He just found some way to continuously drive his way in a miserable fashion.
Yeah.
And people look up to that and they want to be that. And I'm like, he didn't do it right.
Yeah.
Well, he did, but he didn't.
Right. I think it's just
depends. Like my goal.
What's your goal?
My
Exactly.
goal would rather be happy and have peace of mind, rather than
And I think
that's, for that.
And I think if you asked MJ, would you rather peace of mind or a 7th ring? He'd say a 7th fucking ring.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it just.
And then you ask Ronnie Coleman, would you rather be able to walk or have 9 pedals? He'd say 9 pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's. So then, and that's where like you zoom all the way out, and it's like making a judgment on anyone else's goals in general is stupid because their goals aren't the same as yours.
Yeah.
So like, I would do it different. No shit, you're different. Like, I had somebody, a family member, tell me, they were like, I would never live my life like you, and I was like, no shit. And I would never live my life like you, which is why you have your life and I live my life. And good thing is, you don't have to live mine and I don't have to live yours.
Beleza, agora uma panturrilha, sentado. Beleza. Não tem segredo nenhum. Ele fez o treino quase inteiro de meia, né?
It's interesting about how you define champion too.
É interessante saber como você define campeão. Beleza.
Like I had to think about it like a year ago. I was like, do I want to be the richest man in the world? And I was like, no, I don't think that's my goal. So then
I was just gonna ask you that when we were talking about different objectives, different realities. What is yours?
Honestly, I want to.
Is it just be rich as possible?
No. It's not. I see wealth as a measure of my personal growth.
Yeah.
Because I see entrepreneurship as.
Eu vejo a riqueza como medida do meu crescimento pessoal.
The most quantitative path of personal development, but to the point we're making about like whether it's more I want to be the richest man that Alex can become, not the richest man in the world. Now if that happens to become the richest man in the world, cool, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
But me measuring my wealth against other people's is not the right game for me.
Yeah.
But me measuring my wealth against what I believe I can create is a game that I can compete in and will always try to compete in. And so me seeing, like, a really hard thing for me was when we sold Gym Launch, my monthly cash flow, because I was an owner, went to 0. And I was like, that's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
So I was like, all of a sudden, even though I had a bunch of cash in the bank account, I felt poorer. So I was like, okay, this is weird.
Foi o que ele falou aí, ó. Ele teve que passar para frente ali a academia para fazer um fluxo de caixa. Ele se viu com dinheiro, porém sem academia na época. Então não gostou tanto, por mais que ele tivesse dinheiro. Papo reto.
And so I had to like recalibrate. And that's why I had this year where I started making content about like the meaning of money and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's when I had to redefine like where am I the most, where do I grow the most? I grow the most when I work hard on things worth doing. And so then it was like, how do I orient my life in a way that I maximize the amount of hard work I do on things worth doing? And then once I saw what those days looked like, I had a mentor of mine, my first boss ever, who said I'd had like a really good week. And I was like, that was like probably one of the best weeks I've had in my life. And she was like, not a profound person. She was like, I'm pretty sure the secret of life is living as many of those days in a row as you can.
Yeah.
And it was such a tactical, like I was like, so that's what I'll do. I'll try and think, what are the days that I do my best? And how do I live that day as many times in a row as I can? And that's pretty much just the path I've been on. And the stuff that has occurred. But that's at least how I think about it.
And your path of feeling like best days are wealth building. For our personal wealth building, not like for yourself, but your own goals.
It's usually me creating stuff. And so like my art happens to be business related. So like I draw, like my books are picture books. I draw pics about business. I write books about business. I make videos about business. I make podcasts about business. Like it's just all I think about.
Yeah.
And so like if I happen to do that about like electric cars, no one would care. They'd be like, oh, he's passionate about it. It's just that I happen to be passionate about something that makes money.
Yeah.
But it's all I think about. I almost am more interested in business than I am doing business.
Yeah.
Like my days, I only do business hardcore 1 to 2 days a week. The rest of my days are making things that help other people do business. I saw that. But like me, like doing this, is this doing business? I mean, we make media.
Yeah.
You know, but like also me working out with people that I care about, that I enjoy, is on my list of things that I do on my best days.
That you enjoy, yeah.
And so
treinar com pessoas que eu gosto está na
almost,
lista dos meus best days.
There's just so many opinions out there of like what's right to the world rather than to themselves. And like you said, what's like a champion, I had this thing when I was young. I always talk about champion mentality, and I had no idea what it meant. And I began to define it, and now I need to consistently reiterate that it's my definition
of what a champion is.
What is a champion to me? Is that the true only thing that a champion does is they make their own rules because they don't give a fuck what other people think. They just do whatever they want.
I agree.
Doesn't mean I'm winning. Doesn't mean nothing. It just means I'm doing whatever the fuck I want, and I'm doing it the best I can.
And so, like for example, if they change the rules of the game for you, that in order to win, you had to, I don't know, fucking kill your liver, something. No, I'm just being, you know, like whatever. Then you would have to make the decision: do I want to win by their rules or do I want to win by mine?
Exactly. And I would leave.
Right. And so I think that is the difference between a champion who wins for the approval and a champion who wins for themselves.
Yeah.
Is that if they change the rules, if your vision of what a champion is no longer aligns with the third-party approval, then you don't do it. You don't play. And I think there's a lot of wisdom in choosing what games to play.
For sure. Not feeling like you have to. I never want to feel like I have to.
Oh, dude, my number one rule in life. Like, I'll do everything in the world to not have to do anything.
Feito, mais uma panturrilha ali, vambora.
Let's have an extra ISO hold. So how's being a dad, dude?
It's good. It's chaos. It's good. It's chaos. It's
good for bodybuilding, right? Good for sleep.
For bodybuilding, but
não dá pra dormir, né,
Silvana? Up at night now, which is like
good.
The biggest cheat code, man. Like, fuck. And Courtney's my wife is a saint, so she handles like the hard part of it.
Courtney é uma esposa, é uma santa. Ela lida com a parte mais difícil.
She stopped in 2016.
Imagina.
Oh, okay. I thought she was okay. Got it.
No, she won the Olympia in 2016, and then she kind of had some health issues, and then just was like,
so your kids are a champion breeding stock.
Yeah, they are. If they choose to be.
Layla deadlifted 315 for reps in the little gym. So I'm just, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah. My real genetics all went to my sister too. She got better genetics than me. She was like Layla, just fucking. She would train for like 3 months a year and then made it to the Olympia. Like, I know. I'm already like thinking of like what kind of, like when I retire, I want to be able to like do more athletic shit. I'm like, I'm gonna put my daughter in like tennis or like this, that, like shit I want to play with her and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Quando eu me aposentar, quero pôr minha filha no tênis.
My cats are I already know they're gonna be just cooked.
Alright.
Que isso,
Sorry, Daniel. I know you wanted the shot.
Ó,
shot. Still got it.
pega a panturra.
Give you a lefty.
Mais uma de panturrilha ali. Confesso que essa máquina eu nunca vi, tá? Vocês já viram essa máquina aí de panturrilha?
Nice.
Nunca vi.
Yeah. That's where I like to smoke those. Yeah, this also goes up too, so you can adjust the...
This?
Yeah, so you can go up a little higher if you want. Because that was on Layla's setting.
Feels good like that.
Yeah. Do you want to do something else? My legs are cooked, but I can do whatever. I'm with the champ, so.
I mean,
chega, né?
Do a little quick quad extension, that's all it is.
Okay.
Unless you're cooked.
No, I can do quads.
Like 0 rest back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ih, rapaz, vai chamar na cadeira extensora também, então, hein? Então tá, ó. Então eles fizeram o aquecimento deles ali, puxando o carrinho. Fizeram mobilidade, mesa flexora. Também aqueceram ali também no agachamento no pêndulo. E depois fizeram o agachamento com peso búlgaro. Fizeram leg press. Questão ali da panturrilha. Sentada, outra máquina de panturrilha. Cadeira extensora, vambora. Beleza, vamos lá. Deixou o peso manter, extensão total. Bora. Sobe isso daí. Tá acabando. Beleza.
Like if I get on this thing, it just looks like a little
bounce.
Little piston. I have a big lever on my lower back, so there's that. But in terms of leg range of motion, it's
Did you pull sumo or conventional?
sumo.
This guy.
I pulled conventional toe on my back, and I switched to sumo, and then I hurt my hips. Yeah, I was 100 pounds weaker on sumo than conventional, but I caught up, and then
Ainda dá
I could
tempo
do
de
so much more
contração lá
volume
em
on
cima.
sumo,
Yeah.
and so that kind of made up for it. But weirdly, my deadlift made its biggest gains. This is gonna sound insane. Doing one set of 20 a week.
Like your 1 rep max did?
Nice.
Nossa. Beleza.
So when you train, I mean, do you have programming that you follow?
This year is the first year I've ever followed a program. Yeah.
Primeira vez que ele faz o programa aí, ó.
like, it's so confirming.
Na preparação.
I mean, you know it in your field. There's an art to being good.
Yeah.
And if you think you need to follow a perfect program,
Yeah.
if someone took everything I did or someone who took everything you did and did it again, even if you did it,
Yeah.
but you were following a plan instead of just doing it naturally,
No.
you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Aí sim, hein?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Because the hardest thing to develop is intuition. It's like how can when you're like, I got it today, I'm gonna gas it. And like, can someone teach you that? I don't know. I mean, I definitely know. Like for work, I have seasons where like I gas it. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I'm working 16 hours. I'm taking every stimulant I know of, and I'm like not getting as much sleep as I should, but I can just keep pushing.
Yeah.
And then there's some days where I like wake up and I'm like, no, not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
Not
And so
today.
I put it on my profile. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
have like, I work like weekdays, weekends are all the same for me. And so I see that as like,
Já era, eu acho.
Yeah.
so it's like if I don't have
Nada,
to be doing,
fizeram
then I'm
tudo
like,
ali na
then it's like,
academia.
You know, people are
Beleza.
did I
Cara, que treinamento top. Bateram mais uma conversinha ali.
That thing is you get there. Big
É, creio que a parte de treinamento encerrou ali. Então,
just not sure. But
na cadeira extensora. Chegou cansadaço, né, Cbum? Cbum, Chris Bumster, como que você chama ele? Nunca sei.
How I survive in hotels when I'm on the road. I have to go to the ice machine and
É, ó, como eu sobrevivo nos hotéis, saco
Bag
de
of
gelo.
fish cold.
Que é isso
There
aí?
are no fucking fridges in these rooms.
Ah,
That's all wet.
marmita.
The fridge is full of like alcohol. It's $500. Yes. The secret to
Aí,
No
ó, o
microwave.
segredo do homem aí,
mashed
ó.
potatoes, steak and chicken.
Purê de batata,
That you eat
bife,
cold.
frango,
Whereas
coisas
rice, you don't want to eat
básicas.
rice cold, so I don't get rice.
Arroz.
All right, so we're leaving Vegas, and I love leaving Vegas because I don't like being in Vegas. Unless it's the Olympia, then it's all right. But I'd still rather the Olympia be in Orlando. But flew in Monday, GNC convention here. It's like more of a corporate thing, so less energy draining than most events that I go to because I don't have to do a million pictures. We had 2 presentations that we had to do, where one was to corporate, one was to the franchises, just talking about innovation,
Cansativo, né?
things we're doing to help GNC, things that we can help promote both our brands and stuff, X, Y, and Z to the store owners and everything. So that's what we did this weekend, being a corporate Cbum this weekend. Yesterday I got to train with Hormozi. Last time I was here for the Super Bowl, I think, why I was here. I train at his gym. He's got a private little spot with really good equipment. He really cares about the equipment that he has in there. So he's got some of the same pieces I have that I'm used to. So we hit some legs yesterday, had a good workout. I was surprised by how strong he was. He pendulum squatted 5 plates, and he said he hadn't even tried that in ever. So was impressed. He had a good workout. Be able to train legs on the road, which I almost never do properly. So I'm happy with that. yeah, that's kind of our trip to Vegas. So we got a flight out here in like 3 hours. So I'm gonna eat a meal, put a meal in my bag, get on the plane, hopefully nap, and we're going to Texas. Going to see
então,
Mr.
3 refeições, uma aqui, uma na bolsa e uma no avião.
We're gonna be there tonight like 9:30. A week of training down there, set prep off right. I think it's like 16 weeks out the Olympia right now, which is absolutely fucking terrifying, but also exciting. So time to get shit together. Probably the last week I'm not on prep, so hopefully we get some good food in Texas, some good workouts in, and then go home. Because Courtney's been sending me pictures of Bradley, and this is like the first time I like leave, and I like don't want to leave home. First time I don't want to leave home for even deeper like emotional reasons. Like I just miss my baby, and I'm scared she's not going to remember me because she just started recognizing me. Because her memory's like only a couple days. Like if they meet someone and then you're gone for a couple days, they won't remember that they ever met you, obviously, because their memory's forming. So.
Olha aí, ó, tem dias que ele não consegue muito sair de casa por contas emocionais, sente saudade do bebê, tem medo que o bebê não tenha memórias dele. Ó, pra você ver aqui com um atleta de alto nível passa. Todo mundo só vê os louros, né?
Stick my tongue out at her, all that good stuff. So missing her for sure. I hate traveling enough as it is, and now it's even more shitty sometimes with the baby at home. So a couple more days on the road and then back home, and hopefully I get some sleep because I slept like shit last night. I'm fucking exhausted.
Em alguns dias voltarei pra casa. O cara sem comparação, né? O cara é bom demais. Cbum has been more in a zen mindset the last couple of years. Com certeza aí o Cbum é um dos maiores mindsets zen aí dos últimos anos. Chris is dying to catch his breath while Alex is trying to talk to him. O Chris tentando puxar o ar e o Alex tentando conversar com ele. Isso mesmo. Cbum's vlogs outside the gym are the best. Os blogs do Cbum fora da academia são os melhores. This insane. É insano. The amount of knowledge you can get free on the internet. Perfeito. O treinamento de leg day dele de graça na internet aí é incrível, insano mesmo. E é com este vídeo que a gente encerra mais uma vez aí o nosso querido Cbum. Como você chama ele? Cbum, Chris Bumstead. É ele, cara. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vezes Mr. Olímpico. O homem tá fraco ou não?